Music stuff.
Right. Okay. So first, Ollie added 500 miles. Then I added like 46 songs in a row. Right. And the playlist existed like that for a little while. And then, boom, explosion of creative forces. And it has truly become a force to be reckoned with, which is important because as we travel through Yon, we're going to need some kick-ass tones.
We could just listen to 500 Miles on repeat. That's fine.
Yeah, that'll work too. We started last week with our, I believe we started as we were traveling. We encountered a goblin child named Phenia, who was having a really bad time because they were flying a kite in really bad weather, and we learned that they could not put the kite down because of a deal that was made with the hag. And she was very upset and in decent amount of pain. Court very kindly worked to calm the child as the rest of us worked to figure out what to do with this kite that turned out to both be sentient and sort of a dick.
That's putting it mildly.
You're right. We eventually discovered that the curse centered around aging Fina based on how many of the ribbons were still attached when the kite flew away. So we removed all the ribbons and let the kite fly away, and Fina was fine and freed from the curse. We then encountered a giant cyclops who was very upset that the queen bee had been stolen from the hive that he used to make his pride's mead. We discovered that the queen bee he was talking about was Pollinella, and there was some discussion back and forth where Amador both swore that his love left voluntarily and did not want to return, right? And that Amador had, in fact, gone in and taken Pollinella from the hive. When we explained to the Cyclops that this was due to love, and the Cyclops asked, well, what's that? Arlen was kind enough to go into a very detailed and romantic and poetic explanation that went on for hours and hours, and somehow not long enough, at the conclusion of which our Cyclops friend said, great, I want that. Go get it. And we thus became giant Cyclops matchmakers, which we are in the process of doing. We then found ourselves in the cave of the Briganox, where we could hear some mining and some scurrying, but couldn't really see anything. We tried to proceed down a tunnel where half of us were rendered unconscious. The remaining half of us decided to act as if we were unconscious, and we were overtaken by the Briganox in like less than a blink of an eye. They'd move incredibly fast. But those of us that were not actually unconscious arose. We finally met Molliver, who was Elkhorn's friend. And when we mentioned Elkhorn's name, things turned for the better. Molliver explained that in order to use the tunnel, we had to prove ourselves to Rheinwish, I believe, and would lead us in that direction. Gleam is not allowed to go with us because Gleam has no shadow. They tried to kick her out entirely, but we managed to get them to agree that, okay, well, she just won't go with us to prove ourselves to Rhymewish. I have something on here. I'm not exactly sure where it fits in, but in the grotto across the rope truss bridge, is somebody named Obud. And that's what I got.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Obud is actually the one you have to speak to. Rivenwish that you have written down is
Rivenwish.
Rivenwish Chasm. Is the
Oh, I
location
gotcha.
you have been brought to, and Obud is on the other side.
Okay,
Um,
great. So Rivenwish isn't a person, it's a location,
correct.
and we need to talk to Obud. All right, awesome.
The other thing that bears mentioning is that you all had come here under the impression from the Corrids that the Briganox here were working with Endlin Moongrave, that they were supplying her with whatever the Corrids thought she was getting from them. Designs, schematics, things like that. And having spoken with Molliver and Trig, who was the Briganox riding around on Molliver's shoulder, it has become apparent that the Briganox have suffered just as much under Endlin as have the Corrids. They are not working with her. They are victims of hers as well. I'm pretty sure they mentioned that their chief architect had been taken. And they were under the impression that the Corrids were working with Endlin because she has their super strong hair, for which you know the dance. Yeah, but grab yourself a point of inspiration. Molliver has led you through past the sort of not really landing, but a small cavern where there are a number of doors in the walls, representing a sort of small, not quite village, but temporary rest site for the Briganox who have been working here in this particular mine. Gleam has been left there along with Squirt, Amador, and Pollinella, while Molliver and Trig have brought you all down to Rivenwish Chasm. Rivenwish Chasm itself is a massive rent in the ground, and the bottom is hundreds of feet below you, despite which you can see that it glows very faintly with a number of points of purple light. The chasm itself is about 100 feet across, give or take. It is enormous, and in front of you is an old-fashioned truss bridge, wooden planks and struts and beams tied with rope, which seems stable enough that it does not appear to be rotten, or the ropes and are not frayed or anything like that. Although it definitely looks like it has it's not quite the fancy or solid design of like a stone bridge that you might have been more familiar with back in Faerun. Molliver walks to the edge and peers down and then steps back. Well, this here we are, jolly old Rivenwish Chasm. Um, you'll want to cross the bridge. Obud's on the other side. Just know that well, there's a reason that this is part of the trial.
Um, this might seem ridiculous, but a good number of us have managed to figure out flight in some capacity. If this is part of the trial, is that something that they should even attempt, or would that be terribly, terribly dangerous?
I can't say. And I mean that quite literally. I haven't gone across since well, there was an incident. And there are, well, I suppose it's all part of the test. I don't see any reason you couldn't fly. There's no rule that says you have to take the bridge, just that you have to get to the chasm. Or the I'm sorry, not the chasm. That you have to get to the grotto on the other side. And you are Hemlock with your extreme dark vision. You can just barely make out a little bit beyond the end of the bridge. 'Cause like I said, the grotto itself is about 100 feet across. With your dark vision, you can make out it's actually a somewhat narrow grotto. It's probably you can see a wall in places at the far end. So there are some areas where it is no more than 20 feet across. Um, all of you can pick out the faint glow of small points of light on the far side. Blues and reds and blues and reds and yellow, and just all a variety of colors that you see, except the purple that you see down below. And give me just a second. I will pull you all to. There you go, buddy. Sorry, my dog just got up.
Mhm.
I will pull you all to a map. Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second, folks. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Had to remove a tick. Map. I'm pulling you all over onto a map. Let me know if you can't see it all. You should have vision.
Ooh.
Ooh.
A rickety bridge.
I love turning over my shoulder to see how little Tyler can see.
It is absolutely wild putting tokens on and just I always do Hemlock last for exactly that reason.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna pull the lily pad and unfurl it and hop on top of it, kind of surfing.
Did I ever create a lily pad token?
I don't
Didn't
think
I?
there's a token though.
Man, what a terrible DM. All right, I will get that for you.
Let's see. I mean, I can fit 600 pounds on here. We might be moving slow, so I mean, Court, you got your wings if you need
Sure
them.
do.
Banner, how much do you think you might weigh? Maybe.
Well, it could probably work. I believe I am about half of the allowable weight.
Cool. Okay.
But also, if necessary, I was planning on just trying to walk across the bridge, and if the bridge should collapse or if I have any problems, just use the charm of the monarch to
Mm-hmm.
get my wings back.
How about you, Hemlock? What's your weightlessness situation?
None?
All
Uh,
right, hop on this pad.
I will.
Yes, well, so as not to push the weight limit of the pad, I will commence with walking across the bridge.
Mm.
Just a second before you.
Oh.
I got a lily pad token going. I'll have it uploaded in about 5 seconds. Okay, it's going to be a little bit long. Let's see. Do I add it as a character, I guess? Let's go to player aids. Come on, Roll20, work with me. You'd think this is the sort of thing that would kind of just go into the default. Oh my gosh, my brain. The default module, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yo.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Okay. You should have a lily pad that you can. Nope. It's supposed to be large. Edit, set default, save. Okay, you should all have control of that. Actually, I'm going to limit it to Tyler Allied. You can all see it, but I'm going to limit it to Tyler to control it because he is the one that is attuned to it.
Are you able to push it to the back?
Yep. There we go.
All right.
Edit. Remove. Use selected. Nope, I should probably select it first. There we go. Okay. All right. You all are setting out across. Are you trying to keep pace with each other? Are you?
Hmm. I was. I just wanted us all to be like above the bridge. So Court's probably not going to be going to say like with the group, but not like alongside them because he's going to be behind them. Lion.
Court, if something happens and our large robot friend falls, do you think you'd be able to catch him? Because if not, I mean, we could maybe ride like underneath him, like fly beneath him. That way, if he falls onto the pad.
That's a good idea. That's a good
Oh,
idea.
hey,
That's a good idea.
wait. I mean, he can catch himself. That was the whole thing.
Yes, and in fact, part of the idea was that if any of you should find difficulty, I could swoop in with I am not as skilled a flyer as Court is, but I could perhaps swoop in and grab you if that is necessary. But
All right.
I do think that perhaps I should wait to cross the bridge. If I remember correctly, the lily pad cannot, in fact, fly. It needs something to hover over, and I would hate to walk first and potentially damage the bridge so that the lily pad would not be effective.
Oh, huh. Is that the case? Because I thought it had like a flying speed.
Ah, well, you would know better than I. I do not. Perhaps I am mistaken.
No, I mean that definitely makes sense, but I just wanted to clarify because I thought it could just fly.
Yeah, it has a flying speed.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, so you're good. Well, in that case, I will go first, just in case there's something, let's just say, punchy at the other end of the breach.
Sounds great.
Banner will start walking.
How close are the rest of you sticking to Banner?
Maybe like
5,
10
10 feet
feet
behind.
Yeah.
Okay. Banner, you have right there made it about 20 feet out.
Am I waiting to see if this square will generate a random?
No.
Okay.
No. None of you are. There is no. What is going on here? Roll 20. Just fucking here, please. None of you are surprised to see a I don't know what you call a group of these, but a cadre of green floating skulls
Oh,
come up from under the midpoint of the bridge. Did I put the? I put the. Okay, this is a me issue. You all can't. Doesn't matter. And they are hovering about 10 feet above the bridge level, and the moment they see you, the moment that they that your foot hits this point in the bridge, they come up and in a weird sort of canon chorus just begin laughing and then tell you to turn around, that they claim this bridge, they died here. Oh, what am I doing? I can do this, and we claim this bridge, we died here. I can do Skeletor. What am I doing?
Oh.
Go back. You're not worthy of the other side.
You don't even know me. How could you possibly know whether I am worthy or not?
We weren't worthy of the other side, and we died.
We'll take that risk.
Not as long as we're floating here, you won't.
Why?
Why? What do you mean, why? People died. We died. Go back.
We can die if we want. Let us through.
You're not listening to us.
You're not listening. Come on.
Peeg, should we show them what we mean? I think we should, Peeg. I don't know, Deeg. What are you? What's the plan? Weeg, we have one plan. Blast them. Blast them.
Oh God.
I counterspell.
All right. They have not yet actually made any aggressive move. But yeah, let's might as well. Let's go ahead.
What are
Oh,
their
God.
names?
Weeg, Teeg, Peeg, and Deeg.
Fucking awful. I love that.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Arlen, you are up. Oh,
All
sorry.
right. Arlen's just gonna look at this guy here, and just you hear him in just like a very mocking tone. We died here. We claimed this bridge, and I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. Wisdom save. Which one are you targeting?
The top left.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's not gonna do it.
Okay. 17 psychic damage, and he flees.
He does that now as a reaction, right?
Yeah, reaction moves his full movement.
Oh boy. All right, I can grab you and click. With a weird cackling shriek, I'm sorry, a weird high-pitched shriek. The front flaming skull goes scurrying away.
And then with my bonus action, I want to go ahead and roll on my Spirit Tales table.
Alright.
That's a 5. Spirit Tales. I'm gonna take the Tale of the Traveler, which is roll number 6, and keep that one in mind.
Any movement?
No. Well, I think
You can use the lily pad's movement for your movement, obviously. Since you're the
its
one controlling
movement is so slow.
Speed of 20. So
Yeah. I'm gonna just leave it there, and then I am going to like hop back on land a bit and kind of put a little distance. That's it.
alrighty. The front flame skull makes a horrific noise, sort of like the noise of somebody when they're like really trying to unseat something stuck in their sinuses, and hawks out a giant green ball of fire.
Yeah, I wasn't joking about the counter
Yeah,
spell.
yeah. He makes a spitting noise. You do counterspell, and it glares at you with two orange pinpoint eyes. Hey, that's rude. Oh, don't worry, Peak. I've got this. And he does the same thing. Uh, hitting right here on the bridge. So that will be everyone but Arlen. I need a dexterity saving, please.
Fuck.
Court.
Hmm. My turn?
I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't listening close enough. I'm so sorry.
Nice.
Other than Hemlock, the two of you save and will take. Wow, brain. Hemlock, you take 27 points of fire damage. I believe you are resistant to fire.
I am.
The
Court
rest of
has evasion.
the rest of you save, which means for Court 0 damage, and for Banner 13 points of damage.
Yahoo!
And then it is Banner's turn.
All right.
Yeah.
Banner will just go running down the bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as he does, he is going to pull out a hand axe and chuck it at that dude.
Okay. That'll do it. Yep,
Yeah.
the crit will do it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Goodbye, hand axe.
Yeah.
Well, it is currently lodged in the skull, so you never know.
Stuck in him.
Excellent. You might be able to get that back. Awesome.
Okay, you're just being a jerk now.
You just blasted all of us.
Technically, that was Teague. I'm the one that tried first. Didn't work.
You're not helping your case, man.
Anything else for Banner? Do you have a bonus action?
No, not this time around.
Oh God.
And actually, just FYI, that's just the 12 points of damage because that one is for the insignia of the claws, which does not come into play here.
Yeah, I got that.
Cool.
Skeletor isn't it? Who's going? Yeah, the one here in the back looks at you, Banner, running across the way, and says, "Oh, you think you're going to make it through, do you?" And with a snap, there is a bright flaming sphere on the bridge. The wood of the bridge does not begin to smolder. It does seem as though some magic is protecting it from the fire. You need you to make a dexterity saving throw. That will not do it. The flaming sphere rams into you for 9 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And seeing, I saw what you did to my friend there, and he backs up a little bit. Court, it is your turn.
Dude, I know you're doing Skeletor, but all I can hear is Paul Lind, and it's absolutely fucking killing me.
I'm
It's
sorry,
so
who?
good. I'm sorry, I'm old. The former
I'm sorry, I'm
center,
baby.
the former center square on like the original
Oh my God, Hollywood
tic-tac-toe.
Square.
Yeah, Hollywood Squares.
Oh my God.
So good, dude.
I haven't thought about that show in so long.
Yeah.
All right. Court, it is your turn.
I'm gonna fly on up here and say, let us through! We can die if we want! And then just shoot. This one.
Okay. That will hit.
Yahoo! Stop putting sneak attack on when I didn't tell you to. I don't know. It's ingrained in there.
Alrighty. Anything for a bonus action or
Oh, that's it.
okay. The sound of the shrieking dies down as this skull that has been running away turns back around, looks directly at you, Arlen. Oh, you think it's so funny getting into my head, huh? And
I'll do it again.
I need a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
That will do it. This still whisper. No. Okay, that's the wrong thing to click anyway. Roll 20 bonus to me. You will take 13 points of fire damage. The giant ball of green flame explodes near you, but you avoid the worst of it.
All right.
Hemlock, it is your turn.
All right, we are going to open with activating my form of dread. Hey! Let's see, that's 16. And then the book opens itself, and I'm going to strike this one twice with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Ooh.
That second one will hit.
Okay. With this second one, I'll add the extra D10 of damage for my necrotic damage for my grave touched feature. Oh, that's the wrong button. I know how to play this game. It's yeah, okay. So it's that and then an extra 2d10 of necrotic. I'm also going to make it roll a wisdom save for frighten.
Okay. It does not appear to be frightened at all.
Okay. And like as the book opens, a voice comes from the book itself, like this old papery but like resounding sound that just says pitiful forms of immortality. And then Hemlock tries very hard to shut the book very quickly. But that's it for my turn.
Okay. No movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there any chance that that's the one that cast that flaming sphere?
That is actually why I targeted it. Yeah.
It actually is, yes. The flaming sphere does not blink out. It stays put.
Oh yeah, I don't have silvery barbs on this character. Damn it.
Your crutch.
Yeah.
Anything else for Hemlock? Oh, you said no. Arlen, you are up.
All right. The one that I made flee
Yep.
with the
dude way in the
dissonant
back.
whispers.
Yep.
still within 120 feet, though, so not quite out of range of Dissonant Whispers, but not out of range of Phantasmal Killer. I'm gonna have, if he fails the save, that is, they will replay in their mind again and again their death here at this bridge. So wisdom saving throw against fright, and if they fail, they'll take damage on each of the target's turns at the end of their turns.
This does not take effect.
All right, fantastic. I will give a bardic inspiration to Hemlock. And that'll be it for my turn.
With hatchet sticking out of forehead and several people closing in, this flaming skull backs up just to be parallel with its friend, and its form suddenly begins to shake and vibrate. It is again. It is casting blur on itself. 'Cause it's not doing great. Do I have an icon here? Here we go. This will work. This one in front. All right, everyone. We've got this, right? Right? Everyone? Fine, I'll do it myself. And several orange points of light fire like little beads out of its eyes at you, Banner.
Mhm.
And you take 13 points of force damage.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That is it. Is he is casting a spell? I should have said.
Yeah.
13 points of force damage.
Got it.
And then it is your turn.
Do I take damage at the beginning of the turn because of Flaming Sphere?
I thought Flaming Sphere is at the end of your turn if you are still near it.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember if it was beginning or end, so I just thought I'd
If you
check.
end your turn. Otherwise, he can use a bonus action to ram it into you.
Great. The other question, are either of these two
Mhm.
skulls close enough to the bridge for me to reach them if I get down there? It looks like this guy I could definitely reach, but I don't know about
Yeah.
these guys.
Even though the bridge is not fully onto the second space, it's on the second space. Like the bridge is
Okay.
10 feet wide.
Great. So what I'm going to do, I want to try and get that guy who has this flaming sphere on top of me. So that's 10, 20, 30. And I'm going to, mechanically, I'm just taking swings at him. But in my head, I imagine it being like working a speed bag at the gym, like just left over right, left over right, left over right, super fast.
I'm sorry. Just to be clear, when I said the bridge is 10 feet wide, like that's a full space that you would have to
Great,
step.
fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah, those both definitely hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Your punches just pound into this flaming skull. It's it is down a couple teeth. There's a crack under one what would be an orbital, and the flaming sphere disappears.
Fantastic. And I'm gonna just reach out and using his eye sockets and the nose sockets, I'm gonna try and grab him like I'd grab a bowling ball. Oof.
Oh God, who wins on a tie on this? I think the grappler, right?
I think
Because
so.
it beats like AC. Yeah,
Right. Great. Got him.
I gotta double check that, but as of now, you've got him. Oh well, he'd go next. So
Come here, you son of a bitch.
I double check that, but I'm pretty sure that that's right. Grappling. Yeah, he is going to spend his action trying to. Hey, get your fingers out of my eyes! I don't like this.
Alrighty. Is that another athletics check for me?
Yeah, athletics for you. Yeah, that's not a good enough. Yeah, you've still got this this flaming skull by the face. Court, you are up.
Right. So, okay. uh, I'll just do this one.
Okay. That will hit.
I ignore the sneak attack. I did it steady aim. I forgot again. It's fine.
Boom. Arrow thunks into it, cracks the bone. Anything for a bonus action.
Is it?
All right. The one in the way back that has been going back and forth with Arlen looks at you, Banner. Well, congratulations. You made it. Now you. And Arlen, it is a couple beams of light shoot out of its eyes like cartoon laser style at you.
Love that. That's wonderful.
That is a 23 and a natural 1. So that is one hit for 9
On
points.
that. Oh wait, no, they're too far away from me. I can't do
Okay.
anything about it.
It is 9 points of fire damage.
All
Trying to
right.
get in my head again. I'll have my dice. I may not need to eat, but I don't have a joke here. Never mind. Hemlock, you are up.
Oh my god. I think I actually do have to move a little bit. Onto the bridge. And let's see. Strike this one a couple of times.
Okay.
Actually, I wonder if I've got anything more interesting I could do. Nothing that's not gonna also explode banner. Okay.
Okay. That'll hit. That will not.
Okay. 10 force. I'll add another d10 of necrotic damage and make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. The I just read. Okay, yeah. It is not frightened. It does not even seem phased at all.
All right, that's my turn.
Okay. We wrap around to Arlen.
All right. I I'm gonna go ahead and start moving a little bit closer because my long range stuff doesn't work. So I'll be able to get over here and just hop on the lily pad. And then I'm going to use my spirit tail, the tail of the traveler,
Okay.
which gives me some temp HP and increases my walking speed and gives me a +1 to my AC. And that'll give me 10 more feet of movement. That I don't think I want to use right now. And that's my action. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to throw a Bardic Inspiration on. Am I close enough to Banner for that? 60 feet. Okay, even if I move 10 feet, I won't be close enough to Banner for that, so I'll give it to Court.
Whoa!
Okay, that's it.
Right. The one whose form is slightly blurry, is going to risk moving away from you, Banner. Oh shit, Deeg. That's kind of gross.
I would like, instead of throwing a punch, I would like to reach out and see if I can grab that axe handle that is embedded in his head and grapple him.
Ooh.
Okay.
And it's at disadvantage, correct? Because of the blur.
I don't think you can do that on an opportunity attack
Oh,
because I
great.
think you
Then
can
I'll
only
just
do
throw a
that as part of
punch.
the attack action.
Yeah, great.
Oh,
Then
I
I'll
do
just throw a
love that
punch.
idea though.
That's all right. I'll just throw a punch at him.
That'll do it. It is. Never mind. That'll do it.
Okay.
This skull, like its mandible, falls into the chasm below. It is looking real rough. It needs to make a con save for blur. That's not going to cut it. Its form solidifies back into a very broken and pathetic looking skull, missing several teeth. Glares at you. I would love to get back at you for that, but you, on the other hand, and it will fire 2 of those pinpoints of light at Hemlock.
Ooh.
Shield.
Okay. That will miss. Does a 24 still hit after shielding? I'm guessing yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That is 12 points of fire damage reduced to 6.
All right. Temp HP.
This one will do the same at you, Court.
Ooh.
That is an 11 to hit. That will miss.
Yeah.
And a 15.
Also misses. Sorry. Couldn't remember.
It's okay.
My...
He just sort of floats there looking angry. Banner, you're up. You
All
got
right.
one of these things by the face.
Yeah. Banner will hold the skull up and look at it. To feast, perhaps on cream. That's some grub. And we'll smash it.
That'll hit. Yeah, you squeeze this thing and it just crunches.
Great.
Come on, Tony. There we
Hey,
go.
asshole.
That will hit. How do you want to end the second one in one turn?
I will swing at reaching for my axe and miss the axe handle and just crush this thing in the skull and watch the axe go skittering down into the chasm. Let me mark one less hand axe on here.
Teague is no more. Court, it is your turn.
With my bonus
Oh,
action.
Sorry, yeah.
No worries. With my bonus action, I'm just gonna call out Alan, you're looking good back there. Clean up. And you can use a couple hit dice to reclaim some hit points if you would like. You can use 2 hit dice.
All right. Okay, cool. Thank you much.
Now it's Court's turn. I just wanted
Um,
to move some more. Ben, you have left.
Yeah, I'll just move across the bridge, just so if that guy tries to move, I gotta swing at him.
Sorry, go ahead, Court.
no, it's okay. I'm not doing much. I will not move. Hang on. I'll steady aim, and a sneak attack. This one.
I
Does
didn't see the ping. The one in the front or the one in the back?
I'll do the back one this time. I've been shooting that front one up.
That'll hit. The arrow goes, or your bolt rather, goes straight through what would have been its nose socket. It is embedded in there pretty solidly. This thing is not doing well. Anything else?
That's all.
Okay. This blast of flaming skull has already used its 1/3 level slot. It will it's gonna return fire at you, Court.
Yahoo!
You will take 9 points of force damage as multiple little tiny beads of orange light crash into you. Pop, pop.
9, you said?
Correct.
Youch!
Hemlock, you are up.
Okay. Is this one still turned around, like fleeing?
No. It did that for the one little bit and then turned around and fired at Arlen. So it's definitely in the fight.
All right, great. Then I'll whip my wand in its direction and fire a psychic lance at it.
Oof.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, that's a nat 1.
You know what's great about that? It's incapacitated now.
Well, I mean, it definitely is, because there is a moment where it stares at you, and then the entire thing just explodes. It did not have 25 hit points left.
For some reason, I'm picturing that in the Army of Darkness aesthetic.
But that's it for me. It's my turn.
It's your
Okay. I'm gonna check the range. My little cantrip. I'm gonna go ahead and run up 40 feet, get up here, and throw just a mind sliver at that last fella.
That is an intelligence saving throw. That's a failure.
All right, 7 psychic damage.
Right. Anything for a bonus action?
No, that is it.
Okay. Groaning in obvious discomfort and looking around and seeing its friends, well, not seeing its friends, as the case may be, as all of the pieces of the remaining flaming skulls have fallen into the chasm. This one will it looks at you, Banner, as the others have all done, and just as much as it can grimace with no lips. All right, you're trying to be scary. It's working, but I'm gonna have to just deal with your friends again. And he will cast a spell. Yeah, he's already used his third slot, so let's go with a. Yeah. The same flaming sphere appears on the bridge and tries to run into you, Court. I will need a dexterity saving throw.
Can I add my bardic inspiration? How much is it? D8?
Yes.
Yes.
That will do it. You completely dodge the flaming sphere, and since you have evasion, I believe you take no damage.
What? Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right, Banner.
All right. Couple swings.
Those will both hit.
All right.
There is the first impacts, and there is a split down the center, right between the eyes of this flaming skull. You may think you've won, but we'll be back. We'll be waiting. And then the second punch shatters it into two pieces, which fall into the ravine. Did exactly its health.
I turn to my compatriots and do a little bow, and as I do, I tip my leather face down and use it to motion forward across the bridge.
Do you think that was the trial?
No.
I would be quite surprised.
Nothing
Oh, I'm still a
else.
ghost.
Nothing else
Ooh.
bothers you. Nothing else accosts you as you make your way across the rest of the bridge. Sphere
Ah.
winks out. and find yourself in a narrow but long grotto. Um, Stalactites and stalagmites dot the entire area, making a strangely crowded feel, despite the fact that they are mostly on the edges. But the by far the standout feature of this grotto is a pony, a plain piebald pony wearing blinders. It Palomino, so it's got the golden coat and the very blonde mane and tail, just happily munching on a small pile of hay. It it has strapped to its back the oddest palanquin possibly that you have ever seen, in that it is a tiny hut about 18 inches tall. A faint glow of firelight comes from a small window set to one side of the house, and you can hear
Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Fucking pony keg? Jesus Christ.
the sound of somebody moving around inside the house, things being tossed around, and mutterings. Uh, Somebody muttering as they are moving about, and when you are about 10 or so feet from the from the pony, the door swings open, and a tiny creature, one of these Briganox, older and more wrinkled than any you have seen so far, uh, with a tiny globe of light that occasionally flickers, hovering over one shoulders, opens the door, and he is busy wiping a pair of tiny little spectacles on a small cloth, settles them on the bridge of his little mouse-like nose, and in common says to you all, "Big folk, oh, how wonderful! Hi, my name is Obad. This is Keg. Say hello, Keg." And Keg the pony looks up at you all, and then immediately goes back to eating its egg.
It is lovely to meet you, Keg.
And Opal, yes.
Well, yeah, sure.
I'll try not to be offended. What brings you all to my grotto?
Ted.
Oh, it hurts so bad.
You got water on hand?
Yeah, I got plenty. Oh, I meant to go with my like really old guy voice. Oh well.
Well, we understand that there is a passage to take us to Motherhorn. And we were informed that we should speak with you about the possibility of using it.
The tunnel to Lynn's Theater of Terror. Horrible, dreadful place. You don't want to go there. No. You can't use the tunnel. It's terrible. You don't want to go there.
We do want to.
Oh, but why? Why would you possibly want to go to that horrible place?
Well, to help free the Briganox, as well as the, uh, um, as well as everyone in Yon, actually.
Yes, you are not the first to tell us that it is quite a terrible place. We think that together we could make it significantly better.
That's that's certainly worthwhile, but I don't know. The Lynn doesn't know about the tunnel. It's best we keep it that way. Perhaps you find another way. Yes, just
Well, go ahead.
No, please, Hemlock.
Uh, um, if all goes well, then it won't matter whether or not Lynn will know about the tunnel. We are planning on going to kill her and using the tunnel to get us there so that she will not know that we are coming. Or when we are coming, appropriately.
his little eyes go super wide behind the spectacles, and they do that sort of cartoon thing where like his eyes fill the entirety of the lenses of his glasses as he looks up at you all from his doorstep. Kill creeping Lynn. That's oh dear. That would definitely. But should you fail, she will know where we are. That's hmm.
I mean, it's pretty easy. I mean, it's just like we don't fail. Bada bing, bada boom.
We have
That
a
is,
fairly good track record.
yes, it is an elegant solution to the problem.
Hmm. 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 Well, I can offer you the secret of the tunnel, its location, how to get by, but I must insist on reciprocity. Yes, reciprocity. Surely there is nothing you can offer me. I don't think that we have a deal. I'm sorry. You'll have to find another way in. Yep. Good boy, Keg.
Wait,
And
we certainly have something.
he turns back around. He had started to head into the house. He turns back around. I'm listening.
Um, he begins to sweat and uh, opens his bag to review some of the things that they have. Um, let's see.
You have anything you're specifically like looking for, interested in? We've got a great number of things we could. Just want to know your taste.
I've got some Jolly Beetles, some jelly worms, a few lollipops, maybe a piece of charcoal.
Hmm.
Shell.
Wait, charcoal? What?
Oh, yeah, just a piece of charcoal. It used to be a like little nefarious fire guy, but now he's just a piece of charcoal.
Huh. That's
Thought it might come in handy for like writing stuff if I needed to, but you know,
tell me
I'll
something.
pull out this piece of charcoal and it like has just kind of like the indent of like maybe there was a face on it at one point. It's from the like the that burning building with the embers that were floating around and stuff.
Oh, the balloon factory in Hither.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I remembered. I mean, I don't really need much, but
Everybody
I
needs some
I mean,
jelly beetles.
Hmm. I do have a sweet tooth. Keg has two sweet tooth teeth.
Look, what if I throw in the whole lot? All my candies and ask these guys? That's a big ask.
Oh,
Huge.
Arlen, please. Not all of your candies.
No.
I've got like 2 magically imbued candied apples here that'll never go bad.
But will that be enough for you?
That's part of the lot. Look, we've got to sacrifice something, guys.
Oh, but you have no idea. This gesture right there. Believe me, I am so moved I am crying on the inside. He changes his faceplate to one with sad eyes.
You can see Oba wringing his hands and licking his lips and eyeing the candies. Well, at least if I die, I'll get to eat well. All right. Just you'll have to hand it to me a piece of. I'll have to make space in the house. Hold on. He darts into the house. You hear him clattering around, moving things around, and then he reappears on the deck. All right, a little bit at a time here.
Yeah, I'll just start feeding them Jolly Beetles and gummy worms and
Beetles. Like worm. Oh, these are can. Oh, these are can. I like regular worms. These are going to be. So tell me, how did you all get past the cords to get in here? Anyway, ooh, candy apple. Oh, I'm gonna have to move the settee for that.
yeah, I don't know if this will go in through the door. I mean, I could slice it up for you.
Yeah, sure. That works. That'll fit. I could bring it in through the back, maybe. The cords. How did you get past them? We know that they're outside, out front. I mean, we've seen their statues.
Well, similarly, we just offered to help. We know that the situation here is dire, and well, want they want Endelyn gone just as you do.
What? That can't be right. Why would they want her gone if they're working with her? Providing her with hair and all that.
No.
It would appear that both of you have been deceived by Endelyn to pit you against each other.
He stops dead in his tracks at that. Does the slow turn. The cords had nothing to do with Endelyn taking our artifact, our architect?
As far as we have been able to parse, they want her dead and gone. They recommended we come to you because, well, frankly, they understood that you might know how to get to her.
All this time we've been mining all the time just to irritate them. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. And he sits down and begins just immediately crunching on a piece of candy apple. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, now I feel awful.
There will be time enough to make amends, and as we've said, we wish to heal this place. It should only be, well, the fall of Endelyn, and then only a matter of time before your peoples can be friendly again.
He puts the last of the apple slice into his mouth and then runs into his house, and the candy that you have provided to him so far, Arlen, begins to come flying out the door, cartoon style, like just piece after piece, landing on the blanket on the pony's back that supports his house. Nope, can't do. Nope, this won't do. This won't do. You have to take this back. Take it back. All yours. Take it back.
I'm sorry. We've made a deal. I can't take it back. No gives backsies.
Okay. Here we go. Tell you what. I will make you a trade. I will give you all of this candy if you will go tell the Cords we want to talk. I got what are Jolly Beetles. I got this candy apple's a little worse for the wear. I'll hold on to that one.
And I've taken the deal, but this also, you did not stipulate in your new deal that you weren't gonna honor your last deal and still show us where the tunnel is. So
Definitely
boom,
do that.
you have to show us where the tunnel is.
Yeah, no, that's yeah. That was the plan. The
Sweet, I
tunnel-
got my candy back.
Yeah, but you have to.
Yes,
Yes, you would like us to speak with the Coids before we use the tunnel, yes?
If you would. I'm not trying to deceive you. I'm not ungrateful. We've gotten along. Well, we got along with the Cords for since the beginning of Prismere, since the beginning of this place, and then, well, since Endelin came, things have just gotten worse, and I'd
We
like to set
understand.
things right.
I'm going to split my the handful of jelly worms that I actually have in my bag and give some to Arlen and then some to Obold. Is that his name?
But I put it in chat.
Obud. Obud. Thank you. Yeah. We can do that.
Thank you. This conflict between us and the Cords has weighed heavily on us for some time. Arkantel and I used to be great friends. Played chess together, and
Excuse me?
we played chess together.
We must play a game when this is all resolved.
Well, I mean, if you'd like to rest here in my grotto, or if you want to, I mean,
Banner has
before you-
put his box down and is setting up chess pieces on the board.
you see Obud step down off of his front porch, run across the blanket to pick up a very thin rein that runs all the way to Keg's face, and as hard as his tiny little Briganock hands can, he gives a which barely moves the reins. But Keg seems to understand and walks up next to your crate so that Obud's house is there. Would you like anything? I can. Well, I mean, there's the candy, but I have other food if you'd like. Or if you'd prefer to get going, we can have this game another time. I am excited about this, though.
So we just need to get a hold of the Cords for you? I mean, I could do that real quick. Like,
We also have, and I'll produce the frog that casts sending. Could save your resources, Arlen.
a good idea.
I'll hand you the frog.
Oh, well. Okay. I gotta have a plan. What am I saying and who am I talking to again?
But I think,
Arkantel?
yes, Arkantel would be my choice as well.
And I'm just like, hey, this guy wants to be friends again.
Yes, your old friend Obud misses you. Wants to make amends.
Should I also say something along the lines about, like, hey, the Chorids, well, they're the Chorids. The Brigannox think that y'all are the bad guys, and it's just a whole big mix-up.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful.
Okay, but I only got so many words. Okay.
Just tell Argantel that Obud would like to make amends and that he has requested that she come visit.
Okay,
Okay.
make amends might be a little strong. I would like to meet and talk. There's a lot of, I mean, we didn't start mining just because. They
How
left.
about this? In the form Argantel that we are with Obod, we have learned that disagreement, Corid and Brigano disagreement is big misunderstanding. Join us and we will resolve.
Let's see. I'm writing out. All right, here we go. I'll kind of scratch the head of the frog. Scratch. And I'll say, we are with Obud. He says he knows you. Have learned Corid Briganock conflict is misunderstanding. Please meet with Obud to discuss.
Sounds very good to me. Court, Emlock?
I think it's already been sent.
Oh, wonderful.
Now we
The-
just wait for a croak.
The frog listens to your message. There is some croaking as the sending spell goes through, and the response, which croaks out, sounding sort of tinny, like an old like gramophone. We'll make our way to the mine. Be there in a few hours. Looking forward to seeing Obud again.
Sweet. All right. Well, you heard the frog.
I did. Yes. This is. Oh boy, this is exciting. I'm sorry. Queen's Pawn to Queen's Pawn, and he rattles off a chess move. Well, you're welcome to rest here. Um, I will make sure that. Well, we can. I will make sure that the tunnel is prepared and the entrance is opened. And if there's anything that you need, if you'd like to rest in the meantime, while we wait for the Chorids to arrive, I would greatly appreciate if you would accompany us to the meeting in case we need a mediating party. After all, you are the ones who have it seems brought this information. It seems only fair that you only fitting that you be there.
We could do so. Arlen has proven quite good at court politics.
Yeah, they call me the great mediator back home.
True, we do.
And then he
Alright.
kind of whispers under his breath, though, I mean, the last time we mediated a dispute, we did wind up killing one of the parties. But it'll be fine.
You all, if you would like, are able to take a short rest. Banner, you can make a check for Dragon Chest, just by way of curiosity here.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's on my temp HP too.
Yeah, are we still under the effects of Heroes Feast, or is that gone away at this point?
Excuse me, yawning.
Mhm.
The Hero's Feast should be just about ending.
Okay,
Certainly by the end of the rest.
great. That makes perfect sense.
I lost my notes on when you took your last long rest. Where's the page? Give me your paper. That's the wrong pile of paper. That's Star Wars paper. Paper notes truly rock. Also, reminder, as I see in my notes, and you can do this certainly during the short rest, you have the items
Yes.
from Mudlum.
Yes. That's in all caps in my notes. Yes.
Um, the only thing that is magic is the quiver. The lyre and the crystal vial necklace are non-magical art objects, and the quiver is an efficient quiver, aka a quiver of Elona, which I should have in my treasure list. And I should be able to. Here we go. Shaboom.
Well, this will hold nearly every arrow you could get your hands on, though. I don't know that that would serve us much good, personally. Perhaps the Molliver could make use of this.
Maybe?
Banner, you handily win this the chess game, and Obud looks at the board as you call checkmate, and his eyes just go wide. Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Oh, I'm very rusty. Oh, I've got to practice some more if I'm. Oh, I don't want to embarrass myself with Argantel. Oh dear. Oh
Oh,
dear.
yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh, but please, it is, yes, you are a bit rusty, I must acknowledge, but it is very clear from the way you played the game that it is simply rust and not a lack of skill. It just a little out of practice, and boom, you will be back to your glorious chess playing ways in no time.
Certainly in less time than it took you all to get here, being distracted as you were by first kites and giant cyclops. A a couple hours after you all finish up your rest, there is a uh, large amount of fanfare as the Chords arrive. And I guess is there anything anyone wanted to do during those couple hours? Anyone wanted to talk to? Obud is happy to lead you back across the bridge. As you do, the 4 flaming skulls do emerge from under the bridge again. All 4 seemingly unharmed and completely revitalized. Look at you as sheepishly as a skull with glowing eyes and no skin can possibly do. They turn their faces down towards the glowing purple lights. Well, I guess you were worthy after all. Our mistake. No hard feelings, I hope. Doing our job, you know.
Yeah, we claimed this bridge.
What was that?
What did you say?
Just a little bit of mocking.
Oh.
I admire a soldier that will not leave his post.
Soldier? We're doing our job of protecting our bridge. And Obud just rolls his eyes and sighs and urges Keg the pony on across the bridge. You return to the cavern where Gleam and the rest of your entourage are waiting. Gleam jumps to her feet as you all approach and looks. Well, do we have a way in? Are we prepared to get to Glister?
Shortly, we've agreed to assist the Briganox in their reacquaintance with the Chords first. Soon. Promise.
Nods and wrings her hands. The negotiations between the Chords and the Briganox, as much as they can be called negotiations, begin with a very tense atmosphere as at a stone table that you see Argental summon out of the rock outside the mine. The 2 of them settle down at opposite ends and try to gesture you all to the middle, but this is like a 3-foot across table, so it's impossible for you all to really pull up a chair, as it were. So with you all hovering, standing, and peering down at them, they look up at you expectantly after giving each other a very kind of cautious and frosty Obud. Argantel, good to see you.
I nudged Arlen.
Our tall friends here tell me that there's been a misunderstanding. Why don't you explain, if you would? And they both turn to look up at you.
Oh, well, you see, as it turns out, you're both not helping Indolin. You just both think the other is. A clever ploy, I'm sure, to keep you from working together. As I'm sure by your powers combined, Indolin would stand no chance.
I mean, she can still only be killed during an eclipse, which...
We got a handle on that.
Yeah,
Don't you
we got
worry.
that covered. Don't even worry about it.
Mhm. And if the cords aren't helping her, how is she moving her machines with iron hair? That that hair was stolen. That she. Do you think I would have let her cut my hair like this, Opine? Besides, she's got your architect working, building that orrery and her scenes, and he was kidnapped. And they both look look down at the table, clearly not trying to meet each other's eyes, and then both look up at you again.
Hey, I don't think the misunderstanding is anything to blame yourselves or each other for, you know? It seems like these are hard times, and, there's a hag involved, oppressing everyone. So, the miscommunication's bound to happen, right? Right, Laura?
But yeah, it happens all the time,
Sounds
especially
as if,
in tense, warlike situations such as this.
yes, it sounds as if as if most of her plan were contingent on this misunderstanding.
So no one's fault but hers, for being a hag and doing horrible things.
Agreed.
The two look at each other, uh, say nothing for a short time, and then, as though they have been having a silent conversation the entire time, nod in synchronicity, nod their heads, and look back up at you. And oh, well then, what's the plan?
Well, I think we've determined that we need to destroy the lightning rods so that augurs her augury will fall short. That might prove some help. We need to finish orchestrating the eclipse by returning Gleam's shadow, and then we kill her. I can only imagine the best way of doing so would be through the tunnel.
Hmm, the lightning rods. Do you think your people could pull them down? Oh, we could pull them down. We just these wonderful people have determined that there's something when the rods are. You said when the rods were threatened, something came down.
Yes, it was quite dangerous.
But if we could get to the base of the rods, perhaps we could undermine them from there. Oh, I see what you did there. Undermine.
Yes, now I see what you did there.
Flavorful DM.
Incredulous stare at Banner.
Arlen has just been laughing so hard he hasn't made a sound.
Right, he makes that sound like every 45 seconds, which is just a violent, like, sucking in of air so that he can laugh again.
Uh-huh.
Well then, it's agreed. Argental, get your cords and come back, and we will guide you to the base of the rods. In the meantime, I will show our friends here the tunnel, and we can, we wait for your signal if that frog will do its thing again. If you'd like to go now, or if you want to wait.
I look around at everybody. Are we waiting on anything?
Arlen, are you well enough to go now?
I mean, I'm not going to be able to like rally mid-fight or anything, but I've still got most of my magic potential. I'm good to go.
You did just get a short rest.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but he doesn't get his shit back on the short rest.
Yeah, I mean, I got like my bardic inspiration back, but
Oh.
like I don't get my spell slots back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
my
Got
my
I
higher
am
spell
I am
slots are-
flush out of hit dice now. So like
Yeah, Banner is sort of excitedly looking at Obud and then Argantel. And he starts round robin, round robin, round robin. And he starts setting
Again?
up his chessboard.
yeah, I mean, if we take a long rest, then I can get a few hit dice back, which more so than just being able to get the rally, that would let me use my lanterns feature, which could come in very handy.
Hmm. For me, it's just like I'll get like a few more options. If there isn't any rush, I don't see why we shouldn't.
It has been quite a long day as well. You have
Yeah.
because the meeting with not the meeting, but the encounter with the marionette wagon was also today. I don't think you haven't
Oh, holy
long rested
shit.
since then.
Yeah, I mean, our like lightning rod encounter was also today.
Yeah.
Like,
Hmm.
I'm good with taking a long rest because we're probably bumping up against exhaustion otherwise.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And if we're truly gonna go fight the big bad, it seems like, and we have the time, like why not? Why not?
Right. Yeah.
Yes,
Agreed.
I do not mean to be rude, but you three look terrible. Perhaps a nice long rest. Well, some of us play chess, no?
Court
Don't
is
see why not.
Court is like fussing in a little handheld mirror with his face paint. Since you said that,
On seeing that, Banner removes his faceplate, and you see for the first time his shame faceplate.
what? No, buddy, it's okay. You're right. My cheeks just have lost a little luster. It's okay.
No, you do not. You look fine. I was trying to encourage the rest so that I might have more time to play chess with these two aficionados, but it was rude of me to insinuate that any of you look poorly just so that I might have some extra game time. I apologize. It will not happen
Oh,
again.
you rascal. It's okay.
Puts his shame face away.
There you go.
Right. You can post up in the cavern with Gleam. You can rest outside. Where do you? I guess you could go back across the bridge to Obud's Grotto if you wanted to. Where do you want to take
No,
your
I'm
rest?
snuggling up with Gleam.
Well, I mean, she'll follow you anywhere. I just meant
Well,
inside the tunnel, outside the tunnel, in the grotto.
Wherever. Well, in case it
the
rains,
grotto
I'm gonna
seems
go inside.
fun, right? Like,
Yeah.
I would love to be at the grotto. Little
Uh,
campsite there.
you all are able to get a long rest in, and we will get our break in, and come back in 15 minutes.
All right.
oh, great.
Anyway,
Where the boys go. Sorry. Sorry. Had something in my throat. Don't mind me.
the wrong layer. Just sent that to the wrong layer. There we go. Resting in the small cavern. No, I never actually put you guys back in the. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Resting in the small cavern where Gleam has been waiting for you with Amador, Polynella, and Squirt. The Briganox, the sounds of mining, which have been rather quiet but incessant this whole time, do come to a complete stop, and the lights in the many little doors set into the wall go out, and you all are left in the cavern to rest. Hemlock, for you, the sounds of murmured speech and the sounds of murmured speech and dramatic tone are a bit louder here. Harder to ignore, certainly, but still not quite. With a little effort, you can push them to the back of your mind, and while the murmurs don't fade, they at least are ignorable for a time. You rest through the night. Banner, you, other than the faint purple glow coming from Rivenwish Chasm uh, down below where you all are resting, the room here, short of any light that you might create, is lit only by the rather faint glow of little bits of crystal shards that are still embedded in the walls from where the bulk of whatever gem was there before has been removed by the Briganox. And so as your companions begin to stir and you all come to wake, the Palomino pony Keg, with the small house resting on his back, clip clops his way up from the grotto across the bridge and into the room in which you are waiting, and resting on top of the blanket in the area just below the front door or the front porch rather, of Obud's house, are three of these such gems. They glow fairly faintly with an inner light. One a soft rosy pink, another a brilliant orange, not too dissimilar from some of the topaz crystals that you all have seen, and the last glowing with a sort of greenish tint of an emerald, and the light that they cast sparkles off of the shards that are in the walls, and as the pony Keg comes to a stop not far from you, Obud emerges from his house and hello, good morning, good morning. I hope you had a wonderful rest. I know it's a little strange, no light, but it is morning. Hemlock can confirm.
There it is. I was waiting for it.
We're rather used to the timekeeping at this point.
Hmm. I haven't been entirely forthcoming. I did sort of recognize the three of you. And he gestures at everyone except Court. Not specifically you, but rather Well, we Briganox, we mine the stones here. These are not ordinary stones, however. There is no there is no volcano or anything like that to make these. These are wish stones. Whenever a mortal in your worlds makes a wish, a gem appears here. These are your wishes. And he gestures to the stones in front of you that glow. And he looks over um, at you first, Banner,
Mhm.
and then to Arlen. "Mm, wishing for someone else. Those are well-hearted wishes. And you, and he looks at you, Hemlock. Well, given what you've been through, it your wish is quite understandable and quite reasonable. You can take these if you'd like. They will glow, and the glow will never fade. Or if you'd like, we can work them. It will take some time. Even with our ability to step outside of time, we will need, well, longer than I'm sure you want to wait to get these gems, but we can cut them, prepare them. They may lose some of their glow, but there is great magic in wishes.
You you mean that?
I mean, whether your wish has come true or not, uh, I mean, they're here, so, and we found them, so usually that means the wish has come true. Um, they, the cut stones we would be able to give you would have some small power still. Nothing, certainly. Um, I doubt anything that even might be useful enough to help you in your upcoming intentions. But, well, we Briganox cannot do much, but mining and cutting of gems, these are our specialities. If your wishes had been brutal or evil or selfish, they would have ended up in the bottom of the chasm. You can think back to the multitude of purple lights that sparkled hundreds of feet below you as you crossed over Ribbonwish Chasm. As I said, if we cut them, they will lose their glow, but we can imbue them with a certain small magic. Or you can take them now, and their glow will never fade. Your crystallized wishes here.
Um, what happens when you cut them?
Oh, it's different for each gem. These are simply raw gems, raw stones, raw the stuff of the raw wish itself. We can cut them, polish them, make them shine. They will be certainly prettier to look at, and sure enough, the gems are. I don't know if you've ever seen like an uncut emerald. It's not much to like. It's certainly not as brilliant or sparkly as a finished cut gem. Um, Mechanically speaking, the uncut gems are essentially worthless. They have no gold piece value, but they do glow and they do give off light. Each one is glowing with uh, a sort of brilliant golden light. Um, Mechanically, they are bright to 20 feet and dim for additional 20 feet. Um, if we cut them, the glow will be gone, but we can imbue them with a certain small magic. Not a true wish, but perhaps fortune, luck.
Uh,
Could always go for a little luck.
I think that would be what I would prefer.
The result will depend on the wish's content, you understand, but how about
Yes.
how about you, Your Majesty? Would you prefer that your gem, your stone be cut, or would you like to take the raw wish with you?
Well, Obad, I have all the time in the world, and it would make me feel very warm inside to know that you and the Briganox are holding on to the gem from my wish and will remember me fondly while you are working to cut it. And I will be back sometime after your work is finished to collect it.
Well, well then. I look forward to seeing you all back here after you have dealt with Entelin. If you will follow me, I will take you to the tunnel into Motherhorn.
Thank you.
Molliver falls in next to you all as Keg the pony winds his way down a number of tunnels to what seems like, in the end, a dead end. The tunnel wall ends in a wall, excuse me, glimmering with what looks like little bits of what you now know to be wish stones carved out of the walls. And Keg just comes to a stop. Well, here we are.
Um, don't know how useful this would be. How useful this might be to you, Molliver, but I don't know that any of us have any proper use of a quiver of this nature. It may hold quite a bit. You might have more business with it than any of us.
I don't really use a bow, but thank you. I can take it off your hands if you're not um, entirely interested in it, but you may find use for it in Motherhorn. Trade it there if you'd like.
Perhaps that is a good idea. Look at everyone else.
Yes, it sounds like a very useful insight. Thank you, Molliver.
I would go with you to deal with Endelin, as Valor's Call is here to help Prismir, but I feel I must stay and protect the Briganox. They have no one to defend their mine, really. They rely on their magics, and Endelin has sent agents before. You've met a few of them, as a matter of fact. And she gestures vaguely off in the direction of Rivenwish. Chasm. Those were some of her darklings originally.
Hmm.
Good luck there. If you need assistance, you have You have the help of the Corrids and the Briganox. The Briganock Obud walks to the side of the blanket and crawls down a little bit and unrolls a very lengthy rope ladder, which rolls over one of the side straps of Keg the pony's saddles and all the way down to the ground. And with a with a certain amount of effort and certainly taking a little while, Obud makes his way down the ladder. And when he hits the stone, you see him bend at the knees a little bit, slap his foot down. Been a while since I felt good old stone. All right, let's see. How do I? Right here. And tracing a pattern in the air, the wall in front of you begins to fade away. The illusion falling away as a tunnel which winds its way up and out of sight is revealed behind it. We'll be waiting for your signal. We'll drop the. We'll make sure to get those lightning rods down. Good luck, and just stay safe. We'll don't make us cut those wish stones and then have to just come back for them.
You good luck and be safe to you guys too.
Any last minute things before heading up the tunnel and into Motherlode?
Caught?
Yes.
I believe it is time for the new face. And
Banner
Banner holds out his hand.
And Court is singing. And he produces from seemingly nowhere a special leather disc he painted for Banner at Banner's request in the night times. And it's got like it is clownish in nature. It's got little dots in the shape of eyebrows. It's got a closed eyes, restful expression. It's got some chess motifs upside down on the cheek, like chess piece looking designs. An angular nose and some metallic accents and warm, dusty colors of like the nose and cheek.
This Harold made all of my others, but I think this is my favorite. And he slaps it on his face.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
Let's go get an egg.
Thought you could use a bit of relaxation, my friend. Let's go.
I don't know which of you to give inspiration to, so I'm just going to give you both inspiration.
Oh no, it was Adam's idea. Give it to Adam.
Yeah, but you described it.
Well, right, like my idea was, hey, do you want to paint a face? End of my contribution to this process. So
I drew a little thing on my phone with my finger.
yeah, it's amazing.
I sent it to Adam. Like, here you go.
You don't have to.
Oh, yeah, hang on. It's really like I drew it in like a minute. Just to figure out what I wanted.
Oh,
You begin to climb the tunnel, which seems to go on and on and on for what feels like at least an hour. And you kind of think back to when you had arrived in Briganock. And they used the winding nature of the tunnels as sort of uh, a defensive magic. And excuse me. Eventually, the tunnel ends at a wall of loose stones. A dull reddish light shines through some of the cracks, and beyond the wall, dog is chasing something in his sleep. Beyond the wall, the sounds of shouting and hammering uh, are interspersed with the uh, an occasional yelp and a certain amount of just loud footsteps echoing off stone. Hemlock, as you have climbed the tunnel, the sound of people speaking, the quiet murmur of a crowd, has gotten louder and louder and louder. And by the time you reach this uh, the block at the end of this tunnel, um, it is as though you are seated in a theater before the movie has begun, and when or the play has begun, and the people are the drone of the crowd as everyone speaks to everyone around them. It is as though you are seated in that crowd. It is distracting. Um, it's not painful, but it is certainly irritating.
He is visibly uncomfortable.
Imlock? Is everything all right?
I can, I, 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 I can hear the theater, and I don't know how apparent it might be from my general demeanor, but I have um never never been one for crowds. Um, Even admittedly, the carnival has always been a bit much for me.
Hmm. Well, it is very lucky for you then that you find yourself in this moment with not one, not two, but three performers.
Three.
Well,
I
yes,
pull I pull a flower out of my sleeve and hand it to Hemlock, and then I keep doing this. I keep pulling flowers out of my sleeve and handing them to Hemlock, just over and over and over and over and over again.
I should be all right, and really, killing that damned hag should put an end to it anyway. So
well, all the more reason to put an end to her. But
Mhm.
perhaps you can find some additional strength in or additional confidence in our strength or additional strength in our confidence. And I might not be a performer of the caliber of Court or of Arlen, but
Oh, Jug.
I have spent many years both wrestling and playing chess in front of crowds. As you know more than most, I played your father many times. And I played you once or twice, and if I recall, your father is not half the chess player that you are.
Crowds, crowds back home were bad things. Bad gatherings at the household. It's never been something I've been comfortable with, and knowing that I can be seen in a crowd. You recall the fellow who followed me to the carnival. It's not the protection often that some people think it might be. Let us hurry.
Certainly.
You are able to pull the loose stones and set them gently aside so as not to alert anybody beyond you. The hole that the Briganox have created is not very big. It's about 3 foot squarish, you know, small enough that two of you have to crawl your way through, rather than Court and Arlen, who are able to just walk right out. And you find yourself in what is clearly some sort of storage room. There are a number of what looks like crates and props and perhaps set pieces stacked along the walls and piled on top of each other. Some are just tossed in piles on the floor. And everything here is covered in dust and cobwebs. There are red spheres that are bolted to the walls that give off uh, a soft light, tinted red, making the whole place look like what we would think of as like a film development room. And one other thing catches your eye, mostly because it's moving. In one of the corners, in a pile beneath an 8-foot tall wooden disc painted to look like a moon, uh, a a jumble of what looks like bones, but they're not actually bone. They're wood that has just been painted to look like bones. A strange wooden marionette carved to look like a skeleton lies in a pile, its skull staring at the tunnel from which you all have just um, uh, I'll say arrived. That's not the word I was looking for, but
Emerged?
thank you. That's the what I'm a wooden painted skull staring at you from the bottom of a jumble of limbs, sees you emerge and in a somewhat raspy whisper, "Psst, hey, You want to give me a hand here? I seem to have gotten myself into a fix. I'm going to pull you all over to shipping, and hopefully light is working. Let me know if you can't see or can see too much.
I can see just perfect.
Just a little bit.
I'm
Which
just
is
checking.
correct.
Should I be able to see into here?
Yes.
Okay,
There
great.
you can see through. There is light coming from a fire in a fireplace. Um, a uh, that particular room that you can see looks fairly similar in that it is just a huge cavernous space with a certain amount of storage element
Mm.
to it. There are crates similar to the ones that you see in here, certainly less covered in dust. You also see people moving about in there, a number of goblins in various costumes, some with uh, um, props in hand as they kind of move frantically about, muttering to each other in Goblin. The other individual that stands out, and you can see her moving around with a goblin chasing after her with a needle and thread and a pincushion. Shaboom. Nope, I have to hit everyone, show to everyone before I say shaboom. So shaboom. Um, a human woman in a ostentatious but well-made costume. I say well-made. It is a bit of a work in progress, much to the frustration of the goblin that is chasing her as she moves around the room, clearly reciting lines to herself. Um, as as this poor goblin is trying to is doing his best to put pins through to hem the dress and pull up leg lines and things like that. And occasionally, as you watch, he does stab her with one of the pins because she's moving, and she immediately like whaps him on the head with the folded up fan before unfolding it and beginning to recite lines again. Hey, you wanna get me out of here? It's I can't really. I'm all tangled.
Uh, excuse me. You're stuck here. And where would you prefer to be?
I mean, honestly, anywhere but here.
If we were to help you out, could you help us?
Sure. What you need? I'm break a leg, by the way. And I would shake your hands, but
God damn it.
I'd shake, but I think one of my arms is stuck under my right leg, and I think the other might be tangled up in my rib cage. I can I can try to, and he lifts up one leg and awkwardly extends a foot. Best I got, unless you can untangle me.
I'll shake his foot.
Okay,
I will-
pleased to meet you.
I'll approach. Would you mind if I try to unpretzel you?
I would love that.
All right.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
Oh yeah, this is what you want me doing. Um, all right.
It takes a minute or so, but eventually you have You have Break a Leg untangled. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, thank you. I'm just now realizing they did not give me a handout for this guy, and I am so heartbroken. I will come up with one another time. Technically, I could give you the creature art, but it's the living doll that creeped everybody out.
Oh,
So I'm
God.
not going to do that. Break a Leg, weirdly, with his strings untangled, and the like paddleboard weirdly in his hands. He springs up to his feet, does that the squat down and like stretch out your knees because you've been crouched too long. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, that's so much better. All right, and just for the record, this is like a foot tall. This Break a Leg is a tiny creature. And he immediately, Banner, runs to you and grabs one of your like index fingers and begins shaking it like, oh, thank you, so nice to meet you, whoever you are, your name. I appreciate all of the work you've done in getting me free.
It's my pleasure, Break a Leg. My name is Bania. If you like, I know you have been stuck tangled amidst these other props. If you would like, I could lift you up, perhaps get a better perspective on the room and my friends.
I can see him fine from down here, but I appreciate it. Prefer to be in control of my own strings, you know. Do not want to go back in Endelin's hands. Do not want to do that.
Ah, so you are not a fan of Endolin?
That's putting it mildly.
Then,
The rest of you are, and as he turns to regard the three of you who are not Banner, his head just sort of spins on his neck all the way around as he
hell
looks
yeah, it
from one of
does.
you to the other, and rather than like turn back to refer to Banner, he just keeps going until his head has done a complete 360.
I love him so much.
Yes, would you mind if I called you Harold?
He
Uh,
has a name.
Yep. I,
that's a little weird. And he stops shaking your hand and takes a couple steps towards everyone else. Goes up to you, Arlen, and begins shaking one of your fingers. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. Break a Leg. And then goes to Court and does the same.
Hey, the same to you. I'm Court.
Right. So, this tunnel you all came up,
We are friends of other folks who do not like Endelin.
okay. All right. I like them already.
We happen to also be folks that don't really like Indolin, personally.
Okay. Yeah. She doesn't like me much, so good company. And does that sort of rock on your on the balls of your feet and like clap your hands. Good company. So if you don't like her,
What?
why are you here?
Well, seeing as so many people don't like her, we are here to make that less of a concern.
Arlen plays out a little minor illusion of his hand that, shows like an eclipse happening and then a little marionette doll that looks like Indolin kind of like giving like a soliloquy and then falling to her death.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Worst kept secret in all of Motherhorn. Yeah. Oh, wow. You guys are gonna, and he awkwardly draws a finger across what would be, I mean, basically his neck bones. Like what would be a throat. He makes the throat cutting notion, but he has no skin, so it's just kind of like,
It is our intention. Yes.
oh, oh wow, good luck.
We could use the help of someone who is familiar with the theater.
I mean, I've been down here for a while, but I mean, I can give you a vague idea. And he bends down and draws a very rough map in the dust on the floor. Okay, we're here, and that room out there, that's the prop room. That goes up to the stage. And he steps like a foot to his left and draws another circle. Yeah, I realize that's not I'm looking at it now, it's not very helpful. Um,
It's more than we had. What? It sounds like a silly question to ask, but what happens on the stage? Is it just performances? Is there some sort of divination that happens on the stage?
oh no, not on the stage. The stage is just performances. And Endelin, oh boy, does she love her performances. Anybody that wants to make a deal with Endelin has to give a performance first. It's
Oh, good
exhausting.
lord.
Yeah. But I mean, she just eats it up because, well, she has no taste. That's really the long and short of it. She's kind of awful. I mean, I guess you guys have figured that out. No, are you looking for the orrery? Because like that's up in the tower. That
The
that's
tower.
gonna be, yeah, big, big tower that sticks out of the. Wait, Have you not? Did you just come straight underground? You've never even seen the outside?
Hmm.
We are attempting to operate under some form of surprise.
Right. Sneaking. And
Correct.
he pantomimes putting a finger up to his, well, not lips, but teeth. Right. Um, okay, well, um, past the stage, and he sketches roughly in the dust again, a hallway coming out of the back of the stage. Backstage. Not backstage. I'm sorry. Well, no, yeah, backstage is where the set pieces come up on the cranes. So like if you want to get up, there's that lift. There's a lift in the next room. But if you go out the audience hall into the library, then there's a hallway, and he's just sketching very loosely in the dirt. And often he has to sort of like backtrack and undo part of his sketch to make something fit. Uh, so clearly there is no good sense of scale, but just sort of a loose approximation of where the rooms are, showing that basically through the stairs out, um, of the amphitheater where the plays are put on, is the front entrance, the library, and just another bit of storage like the one you are in. So basically, you want to take the middle stairs here, and then yeah, that'll get you. That'll get you to, yeah. Then you'll make the landing. You can go up from there, to the tower, and that's where the orrery is. But I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do with it there. If I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen Endelin use it. It's I just know it's there. That's where I was made, which is a little weird, but I think that's why. I think that's why I didn't turn out quite the way she wanted. Not mean enough, Too helpful. And he he gestures to the map. I air quotes the term map. I use that word in the loosest sense possible. That he
Keen
is
mind,
drawn on the
baby.
ground.
Keen mind. Oh, speaking of helpful, and let me just say, even if she might have not appreciated, you are a true wonder and marvel. But you wouldn't happen to know? I produce the corpse cat.
Oh, oh my. Oh, you're the one oh boy. Yeah, Endelin's been looking for Gloam for a while now. Where did you find her?
Uh, in thither, hither. Lost
Mm.
track.
Yes, I believe it was in here.
Oh, oh boy, old Bav. Oh, oh man. You know that thing is. And he once again makes the gesture of drawing a finger across where his throat would be. You know that, right?
That it is dead. Oh, of course. That's kind of why I
Okay,
like it.
good. Oh, whew.
Yes, yes,
Woo!
yes. No, this thing has got parts that are older than, well, at least a season, and then some that are a little bit newer. But I kind of like it, although it doesn't really like me.
Yeah. Yeah. The cat hisses at you and takes a swipe.
I'm still like holding it very, very nicely.
Well, I mean, the good news is she's been looking for that cat. She'll really, I mean, you might be able to get on a good side with that.
Oh, perhaps we might be able to get our eclipse after all.
What now?
We might need to make a deal.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Anything else you need from me? Would you mind if I use your tunnel? Because
Um,
I don't want to go back out there. If I do, she's just gonna throw me in here again.
I just don't want them to freak out when little skeleton comes through.
I mean, I could just be nice and loud so they know I'm coming, but like obviously I wait till I'm away from here.
What do you all think?
Well, perhaps he could go with the message that they should start destroying the lightning rods.
Yes, yes, brilliant. Yes,
Destroy the lightning rods. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
Yes, they will. Obad and
Oh, bud. Okay.
Nargantel will probably be among those, and Moliver will be among those that meet you on the other side. They will probably be initially hostile, because they do not know that we have met and that you are sending a message for us. So please tell them as much that we helped you, and in return, you have agreed to let them know that it has begun and they should start destroying the lightning rods.
You have any pockets?
I don't even have pants.
Okay, well, hold on to this. I give him some confetti.
Um,
A certain amount of it slips through his wooden fingers. The joints of there are no joints. There are just little wires that would connect to the paddle that controls him, which is also in his hand. So basically, you pour confetti onto the paddle, and some of it goes onto the ground. He's like, "Got it. Hold on to this.
They'll,
Talk to
they'll,
Obud."
they'll know who sent you, you know?
Right. Because a lot of people. Yeah. Okay. No problem.
Oh my God, this little foot-tall wooden skeleton emerging from this tunnel, just throwing a handful of confetti.
Destroy the lightning rods!
Right. Full-on Rip Taylor. Destroy the lightning rod.
I would like to actually quickly. This guy's really helpful, and I just want to detect thoughts to make sure that we are reading this vibe right.
Surface thoughts. This dude is as happy as he can possibly be to get the fuck out of Motherhorn.
Oh my
He
god, I
is
love him.
ecstatic that there is a tunnel. He's like, "Ah, yeah, getting away from that hag. All right.
Oh my god.
I wonder if I can leave a trail of confetti in case I get lost."
Like, I know we've had a lot of good tag-alongs, but I think this guy might be my favorite.
Anything else you're trying to find here? Anything else you need from me before I go let them know to take down the lightning? Oh man, she's gonna be so mad. Like none of her stuff is gonna work. Like not even the cranes are gonna work once that goes down.
The last thing, there's a prisoner here, an elf who wears a mask. Um, do you know where they are?
Oh, prisoner? I mean, I don't know exactly which cell she's in, but the prison's past the orrery. So you get yourself onto that first tower, you're good to go.
Brilliant,
And
Brickleg, you are a hero. Thank you.
somehow he draws himself up a little bit, like very pleased with himself. Yep,
Hmm.
break a leg, the hero. Gonna go let him know to make the attack. Let's do this.
Oh my god, I love him.
And with the soft sound of wooden footsteps on stone, the occasional bit of confetti rolling its way off of his paddle and through his wooden skeleton fingers. Break a leg, the marionette disappears down the tunnel through which you have just arrived. You can hear faintly when he gets out of eyesight that he begins to start calling out, "Obud! No, Obud. Moliver! Take down the lightning rods!" Obud!
Awesome.
Still nothing. All right.
Oh my god!
And
And I love this so much. There's
and
not a
with
thought in that brain.
and with your group having made its way stealthily into the lair of Endelin the Hag, into Motherhorn itself, I think that's where we can wrap up for tonight. The dark theater of Motherhorn awaits you all next week.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Ted, when you were
Awesome.
doing the back and forth, I have to say that was fucking incredible.